Hey guys, happy Tuesday. All right, let's see here. Trying to make sure I'm in the right group. There we go. Okay, so I can see me, and I'm going to turn this all the way down. There we go. Okay, so at least now I can hopefully keep up with comments. I hope. Okay, so I put a little poll out there earlier, and I asked you guys what you would like to see. Or what kind of training you would like to have. And I got two responses. One was starting over, which I think is an excellent topic. And then the other one was, and I should have tagged you guys. I don't think I can tag y'all doing that, but that's okay. I see someone on there. Who's on there? Say hi. So anyway, messing with that. Lord have mercy. I don't know how to make it bigger. There we go. Okay. Hey, Jody, how are you, girly? So anyway, I put the topic out there earlier and I was like, what would you guys like for Training Tuesday? And Laura said starting over, and I forgot who it was that said vendor events. So I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about both of those. But before we get started, I really want to talk to you guys about your energy. Okay. Um, does Scentsy energize you? Are like when you do it, are you having fun? And if you're having fun, are you relaying that fun to other people? Because I really think that that's key, guys. I think that's a big part of it is that if you're not having fun, that's going to portray. And I'm saying this, hey, Morgan, I can see y'all over here. So if y'all see me looking over, and I have notes down here. But I want to I want you guys to keep that in mind. Okay. Are you having fun? Because here's the thing. If you're on the verge of giving up, or if you're so discouraged that you're not having fun anymore, that's going to come through in everything that you do. It's going to come through and your folks are going to know it, and it's not going to fare well. So I want you to think about that. I want you to think about, oh, I see somebody else. Hey, Christy. Um, so I want you guys to think about that. Okay. I want y'all to really stop and question and say, am I really having fun? And if I am having fun, do other people know I'm having fun? Because I really, guys, I think that's where it's at. I think that's kind of how this started for me, is that I signed up for a discount. But then I realized I really liked it. And I was like, oh, well, this is kind of cool. And so it just took off from there. But I want to talk to you guys about starting over, because sometimes that's exactly what you have to do. Sometimes you have to have a fresh start. Okay. So if you're at that point, if you're somewhere where you're like, okay, I'm going to have to do this, I need a fresh start in this. Where do you start? First, you have to start by knowing your why. Okay. That's first and foremost. You have to know what it is that you want out of this, where you want it to go, where you want it to grow, and how far you want to take it. And you don't have to know all of that. Here's what I've learned. It's going to change. It's going to change over and over and over and over and over. I started for a discount. It went from a discount to, wow, I met some really amazing people, to, wow, two people joined my team. Now what do I do? To, oh my gosh, my brother needs a double lung implant or transplant, and I need to be able to help him with that. To, I really want to put a new roof on this house. To, oh, I really want to go and do like a whole gut of the downstairs and make an office down there for my Scentsy stuff, so that I'm not up here with my bookkeeping stuff. So understand that first. Understand that it's okay for your why to change. It's okay for it to change a lot, because it's probably going to. And that's a good thing. It's going to change as you grow. It's going to change as your team grows. It's just going to keep changing. So when you're talking about that and you've acknowledged, this is where I want it to go, this is how I want to get there, now what do I do? Okay. Then you have to start putting things in place. When you get up in the morning, what do? Do you brush your teeth first? Do you make your bed first? Do you have your cup of coffee first and then come back and brush your teeth and make your bed? Do you just not make your bed at all? Whatever. Those are routines that you have. Those are habits that you have. Okay. when you're working your Scentsy business, you need to have habits, okay? First thing is they need to be simple. Your habits should be simple. It should be something where when you look back, you go, okay, I really want to do this. And then you go, can I do it? You have to know that you can do whatever these things are that you're putting in place. Okay, I'm going to use this a good morning post. Can you put a good morning post every single morning in your VIP group? Yes, you can. You absolutely can. So it's things like that. Make them simple. Second, scalability. Can you measure it? Guys, it's important. So I'm going to use another super simple example. We're starting our businesses over. Okay. We've decided what I'm doing right now is not working. So I'm going to do something different. So let's put a scale on it. Let's say, okay, if my VIP group currently has 25 people in it, I now want my VIP group to have 50 people in it. That's a scale. That's a scale that you can count. You can go from 25 to 50 and you can see how you're doing. You can measure that. Okay, let's talk about the same thing. Let's use PRV. I'm currently at 45 PRV or 50. Let's make it easy numbers. I'm currently at 50 PRV. I want to get to 100. I want to double it. I want to quadruple it. I want to be active every month. That's something that's scalable. That's something that when you're writing your why and you're writing your goals, because here's the thing, guys, if you don't have goals, you don't have a purpose driving you. Okay. Have a purpose that's driving you. Decide what it is that you want out of this and run for it. Run hard. Be like Forrest and Forrest Gump. Run, Forrest, run. Okay. That's what you have to do when you find what it is that what your why is. Run hard and strong after it. Are you going to get out of breath and slow down and maybe take a break? Yeah, it's going to happen. Sometimes that happens. It's okay. It's okay, but don't stop running. Maybe slow it down to a walk. Maybe slow it down to a brisk walk. Maybe just stop and take a break, but not for too long, and then get back up and start going again. Okay. Next is consistency. Okay. So we have simplicity, we have scalability. Now we're going to talk about simplicity. I'm sorry, consistency. Are you doing it over and over and over? Okay. Something I preach to anyone that says to me, I'm having a hard time, parties is where it's at. Parties is where it's at. You need to consistently, huh? See how I did that? You need to consistently have new people coming into your VIP, new people coming into your business, new customers coming in. Some will leave, some will stay, some will bring their friends. Okay. The biggest and best compliment that you can get is when someone invites somebody else to your VIP and they say, this is my girl right here, and she's awesome, and she's going to hook you up. Okay. That is the best compliment anyone can give me, is to say, you know what? I'm so happy over here. I want to tell my friends about it. I want my friends to be over here with me. Okay. Next, make it replicatable. What does that mean? That means everything I'm doing in my business, I can share with you and you can duplicate it. Okay. Every form that I use, I share with you, you can duplicate it. Okay. It's important. It's important to know that you can teach somebody else how to do it, because here's the thing. If your goals are anywhere near what mine are, and I don't even think mine are crazy. Okay. I don't even think y'all want to know what mine are. Here's mine. Okay. My 2 year goal. I have a 2 year and a 5 year. Okay. My 2 year goal, and they're right up there. Guys, I can see them every single day when I'm sitting at this desk. I can look up there and there's my goals. Okay. My 2 year goal. I want to be able to pay my mortgage for 3 months in a row without telling my husband I did it. Okay. Right now, the way we separate our bills is that he pays the mortgage and I pay everything else. Okay. Guarantee you I'm on the losing end of that. Guarantee you I'm on the losing end. But anyway, that's the agreement that we have. I want to be able to pay the mortgage for 3 months in a row and never tell him that I did it. That's what I want to do. Second, I want to take one vacation every year that is not a Scentsy vacation. Love my Scentsy vacation. I've only been on one, but it was amazing. Definitely plan on going on a bunch more. But I want to be able to take one where I just say, hey, I'm going to take, you know what I really want to do? Here's what I really want to do, and I might try to really hard to pull it off. I want to go to the Biltmore Estates at Christmas time when it's crazy overpriced and pray that they're still doing the Polar Express. And I want to take my grandbabies. How awesome will it be to get in my pajamas, put my grandbabies in their pajamas, and ride a train and do the Polar Express? That would be amazing. That's my one vacay per year. I want to add $500 a month to my savings account and not miss it from wherever it's coming from. I want to add money to my retirement accounts. And I'm not going to read that last one the way it is up there, but I have one client that I do not like, and I just want to be done with him. I want to be able to get to a point where I can say, you know what, dude? I ain't doing your bookkeeping no more. Sorry. Find somebody else. Okay. That's my 2 year goal. I still have a 5 year goal. You want to hear my 5 year goal? I'm going to go over them real quick. I'm not going to take as long because I want to get onto this training. 5 year goal: one vacation per year, one extra mortgage payment per year, a new roof on our house, new deck on our house, and possible renovation of the office space downstairs to make it my office, which that renovation is going to require putting a bathroom in down there. And it's going to require putting in like a mini split unit so that I have heat and air down there. Okay, those are my goals. Now, what I want to talk to you about with those goals is that you have this thing that's called a circle of influence. Okay, imagine this great big circle. I wish I had two circles and I didn't think to be that smart, but you have this great big circle. Okay, whatever is in the very center of this is your circle of influence. What does that mean? It means that that's your why. That's why you're doing it. This right here in the center is what is most important to you. Now, imagine this circle with a bigger circle around it, okay? That outside circle is your circle of concern. And so often, what happens is this little bitty circle that's your circle of influence gets completely overwhelmed by this great big circle that's your circle of concern. What are some things that's going to be in your circle of concern? Fear, um, negativity, not knowing where to start. It's going to be things that are out of your control a lot of times. Inflation, we have no control over that. But this little circle, the circle of influence, the key is to make this circle grow so big that your area of concern doesn't have room to breathe. Okay. You have to learn in your head to take that circle of concern, whatever those things are, that outer layer, and peel them back and say, you know what? I can't control that, so I can't do anything about it. But this right here, this is my circle of influence, and this is what's going to influence me to keep growing and to keep getting bigger until finally that outer circle doesn't have room to breathe. Okay? That's what you have to do. So, let's start with this. We're going to start over. You need a vision. What is your vision? What is it you want out of this? Decide that, write it on a piece of paper. And I want you to write big on that piece of paper, okay? Write big on that piece of paper. I want you to put this just like my goals are up here. I want to see them in a place where you see them often, okay? I hope that you see them every single day, okay? In my planner over here, I write it every week because I work out of my planner. It's a weekly planner. So at the bottom, I write what it is. I write what my goal is, which is the one vacation per year. And then I write what my vision is, which is to be more financially sound. So I want you to do that. Okay. Goals. How are you going to get there? This is the battle, but your vision is the war. Okay. I'm going to say that one more time for the people in the back. This is the battle. Your goals, what's going to get you there is your battle. But your vision, that circle of influence, is the war. Okay? It's okay to lose a couple battles, guys. It's okay if you fail. Just fail forward. You only fail completely when you stop trying. Okay? So keep that in mind. Okay? There are going to be battles and you will lose some battles, but keep fighting for the war because you're going to win that. Okay. All right. Sometimes you're going to lose the battle, but that doesn't mean that you lost the war. Keep fighting. What you What do you need to do weekly, monthly to win that battle? So write those things down. So here's my example. Let's just say $200. Okay, let's start small. If you want to be at $200, let's break that down into weekly goals. Determine what your weekly goal is. Set a goal and say, I want to be active every month. So I want to hit $200 every month. Okay. So what is that? That if you break it down by 4, I know that there are some months that have 5 weeks in them, but let's just go with 4, okay? That is $50 a week. So make that your goal. Write that every single week. $50. I'm going to sell $50. Now, what happens when you're starting to hit 200 by week 2? You probably need to change your goal. And that's great. That's a great problem to have, okay? So, starting over, what do you have to do to start over? My first bit of advice is going to be to write out your list of 100. If you don't know about your list of 100, go into the workstation and look for it. It's going to be there. It's going to tell you everything you need to know, but you're going to know more people than you think. And if you're doing the leap to lead, that was the very first week's homework assignment. So, definitely pay attention to that, guys. Write it down. So, and the way you do that, you write down, who do you know? I know my mom. I know my sister. I know my best friend. I know the girl that works with me. Okay, that's 4 people. Now, who does your mom know? Well, let's see. Your mom has sisters or brothers who have wives. Your mom might have other siblings. So you're going to branch off. Your mom works at the doctor's office. There's 3 people that work there with her. So you're going to write under your mom, you're going to start another little tier that's going to say, these are all the people my mom knows. Then you're going to start with the next one, my sister. Well, let's see, where does my sister work? What does my sister do? Does my sister have any other siblings? Whatever. You just keep building off of that initial list, okay? Try your very best to get to 100. When I did my very first list, I didn't get to 100. I got just over 50, okay? That right there should be key to you, okay? If you are in this training, if you are in the Rusty's Roadies team right now, hey, Jamie, if you were in the Rusty's Roadies team right now, that should be speaking mounds to you. That should be speaking volumes to you. When I first did my list of 100, I could only come up with about 50 people. Okay. 50 people. Okay. It was not a lot, but those 50 people have helped me build into where I am today. Okay. So, um, the thing about it too, guys, is starting over in your business will be easier the second time because you already know all of this and you probably have already met other people through this. Okay. Next, of your list of 100, try to find 10 people that will host. Okay. So, Laura, this is what my recommendation is for you. Start with your list of 100. Try to find 10 people on that list that will host. And I know you're going to say I've tried that and I'm okay with that, girly. I know you have really busted your butt. So I'm just throwing it out there. But for anybody else, try that. If it doesn't work, I'm going to go over some other stuff in a minute that hopefully will help. Okay. But try to find 10 people out of that list that will host. List of 100 is easy, correct. Supporters are not easy, but that's the key, guys, is that you have to find a way to break out of what your norm is, break out of what is already there. So start with your list of 100, go to that 100 and try to find 10. If you can get 10 out of 100, then that's amazing. Get 10 people to host because that's really where it's at. When you host, you meet their friends, then their friends, you get one of them to host and you meet their friends and so on and so forth. Okay. Um, so no doesn't mean no all the time. If they just say, no, I'm not interested, but you see that they're liking something that's new, you can offer to do a personal shopping link. Okay. Um, and here's the thing, guys. I don't want to ever tell you to keep bugging your friends and family. Don't do that because you'll push them away. Hey, Alex. Um, so I don't want you, that's not what I'm saying at all. I don't want you to just bug your friends and family until they don't want to be around you anymore. That's definitely not what I want you to do. But so I'm going to go over now some other ways of reaching people that are not in your list of 100. Okay. Um, You just got 2 new people in your VIP because of a party. Exactly. And that's the key, guys. And then once you get them there, you spoil them. You keep them there. You know, that's the key with having new people, just sending a couple extra samples with their order, something that they already paid for, making it look like a gift, okay? Those little things, sending them a letter every month that says, "Hey, thank you so much for your order." They know that they're appreciated. They know that it makes a difference and they like getting that. You always say, "Thank you for getting back with me." And then you ask them, exactly. That's exactly it. Okay. So, I'm going to talk about bag parties because if you have a set of testers, which most of you do, a bag party may be the way to go. Okay. I just did one, so this one's all messed up, but it's okay. I'm going to put the bag back together and show y'all what I did. First, I highly recommend that you get something clear and see-through like this. Why? Because then when your person is walking around with it, everybody sees it. Okay. So this is the first thing I do. This is just a cute little holographic one that I found on Amazon. I think it was a 3-pack for like $9, something like that. But you have to have these to go in any kind of stadiums or concerts. So you may already have one. And if you do, this is what I recommend. Okay. The first thing that is going to go in this bag is my testers. Why? Because my testers are not doing me any good sitting in my house. Okay. If your testers are in your house, they're not doing you a bit of good. You need to get them out of your house. Oh, someone's trying to call me. Sorry, y'all. Let me just tell her no. I'll call her back. As you can see, I just did that upside down. As you can see, I always keep a catalog in here. That's just something that I do. And I'm going to go over some more stuff. So the first thing that's going to go in that bag is going to be my testers. Okay. The next thing that's going to go in that bag is going to be a few more catalogs. And again, this one just returned to me, so it's a little tore up. It's going to have a couple extra catalogs. It's going to have order forms that are already filled out. And then there are also a couple flyers in here. And let me just show you what I do on the flyers. One, I put one of every flyer in there. The last thing I want is to send this bag out and for someone to have a question that somebody else can't answer. So we have lots of flyers that you can get right from our workstation in the consultant store. And if you have the big pack, it would have came in at the big kit. But I always put a body line, a laundry line, a clean line. I put a come join us because you never know. Guys, you never know who's reading and watching. And it could be this little catalog. I'm going to tell you that this is all I got back. So somebody took all the other ones. Okay. So that's the first thing. I always put one of all of those in. I always put a new like it, love it, gotta have it. And I usually put several of these in there. The next thing I do, and usually you'll see that this is my old like it, love it. So this particular girl did one at the end of summer going into fall. So they had 2 different parties open. One, they already turned into me so that they could get some of the summer scents. So what I did, but ordinarily, this one is just on regular paper. Ordinarily, I would do it double-sided. So this one has the spring, summer, but then I flipped it over and I made it easy. So this just says, Shop Maggie's link, okay? And I put a QR code to her link right there. Down here says current catalog. They can literally, I'm not very good at doing this backwards. They can literally scan this and it's going to take them right to the catalog. So I just wanted you to see that it's something that's this simple, okay? It just has both the catalogs on there. Hopefully y'all can see that. And QR codes, which just makes it easy. So I put all of this stuff in here with the order forms so that they're always easy to find. Okay. And I always put them in a little protective bag just because they're pretty and it keeps them together. It keeps the order forms from getting all messed up. Okay. So I put that in there. The next thing I do is I put samples in. And again, these have all been opened. So you'll see that they're all ripped across the top. But this is some Scentsoft, and that's all I did, guys. I just put this little bag in there. I think it's a 5x7, I think. And I just put some samples in there. What I have learned is that The laundry samples and the body samples, with the exception of the whips, are cheaper to buy in the consultant store than what they are for me to make them. So I just buy them in the packs, put them in here. So I think I had like 5 scent softs in here. And let me, if I can open it. Oh, and now I'm dropping stuff. I'm going to see how many. I cannot get in it. Good lordy. They ripped that one good. Okay, I got the tape. Man, they did a doozy on this one, y'all. Sorry. There we go. Now I got my fingers in it. So I had 5 in there. And look, I only have 1 returned. The other thing that I put in there, I put extra brochures of our laundry line in with them. So there was 1 brochure for every sample. I put 5 samples in there. I only got 1 back. I got 3 of the brochures back. But what that's telling me is that somebody's taken that home and they're going to use it and they're going to try it. And hopefully they're going to love it and they're going to come back. Okay, so I put my 5 samples of those in there. Let me pick that up that I dropped. But I'm going to show y'all at the end how cute this is. Then I did the same thing with some laundry liquid, because who wants to use laundry, just the other stuff? So I'm going to see how many of these. Same thing. I got 2 of the samples back and 3, which means what's this is telling me is that somebody also took the verbiage. They wanted to read about it. They wanted to see about it. So I got 2 of those. So, and again, I started with 5. So that means 3 people has that in their hands. And it could have been that they didn't go through the whole thing and didn't know that everything was there. That's okay. Next, I do a body line. Now, these here I do a little bit different. Boy, they really did cut these right down to the bottom. And again, I had 5 of these in there, and I have 2 back. And what I do is I take the brochure and I use double-sided tape and I just stick it right to it. So it always just stays with it. And I have those already together over there. Also, guys, label everything. Make sure that you're putting your label on everything. Okay. So here you go. So now I have these little samples. I don't remember what the flyers cost. They're not that much. I can assure you they're not that much. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not even going to guess, but they're not that much. And the samples, the body samples surprised me, y'all. They are really cheap. Okay. If you haven't looked in there to see the body samples, you can't fight with that stuff. Yeah, like $3. Let me tell you, double-sided tape is your arch enemy. It's a bag party, right? Yes, yes. Sorry, I didn't see those comments down there. Then I do one that just has some business cards, and I can see that they open that. So somebody took some business cards also. The next thing I do is I put a little sample of other products. So this has a counter clean, it has dish soap, and it has Scentsy Fresh in it. And behind it, you can see I have the catalogs. It looks like they used some because I usually fill them about half full. Guys, that's the other thing. When I'm sampling, I don't know if you guys can see how much is in there, but there's not a lot. I don't fill these babies all the way up. I'm trying to give them a sample, not a week supply. Okay. So I put those in there. And then I had in her bag 6 of these, which are some little tiny individual. And I just told her right on there, I'm like, just pass these out, hand these to people. But this just has a product list in it. It has a business card in it, and it has 1 body sample and 2 wax samples. Simple, easy breezy. I put them together. They're ready to go. These I also keep in my purse. So again, the whole point of this is starting over. How do you get new people in when you're starting over like this? You put these in your purse and you make it a point to pass out every single one of them that you have. Okay. I preach this at the end of a catalog season too. If you have leftover stuff, you need to be doing this. Okay. Now I'm going to touch bases, and forgive me because I forgot who it was. I think it was Candace maybe, who asked about vendor events. These are great for vendor events. They have, I'm not going to be able to put my hand on them right now because they're way down there. But we have these little tickets that are like raffle tickets that you can purchase, or you can just make your own. Super easy. But I put a little thing when I do a vendor event. I put a bag full of these, or like a little basket. Make it a cute little basket. And I put them full of these, and then I have a big sign that's just in like one of those little magazine rack things that just says free sample for anyone that fills out this, name and contact information. So that's another way of getting contacts. Same thing here though. When you're passing these out, okay, you can pass these out anywhere: grocery store, going to Target. We don't have a Target, but I'm just dreaming. Going to the mall, going to the movies, going out to supper, wherever you're going, you can pass these out. Okay. And when you do, and you hand it, whatever it is, let's say someone in the grocery store was just super nice to you. Y'all bumped carts and they were like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry." And it was really your fault. That's when you take that opportunity and you say, "You know what? I am so sorry. That was my fault. But look, I have these little sample bags here. Do you mind if I hand you one?" And when they say, "Yeah," who's going to say no to a sample bag? And then you just say, "Would it be okay if I got your contact information so I can follow up with you next week and just see if you love it?" Now, are you going to follow up with people? And girl, I'll bump into everyone too. Hey, Taylor. Um, that was Lakin. Go figure, girl. um, but that's the thing, guys. When you have that opportunity, utilize it, grab it, run with it, do it. I mean, it feels awkward at first, but I swear it gets easier. And it's just a matter of being prepared. If you don't have these in your purse, guess who's not going to pass any out? Okay. That's a simple fact. So when you're on struggle street and the group that you currently are entertaining is not helping you, this is how you get new people in the group. Okay. You can see I always have a label on everything. There's a label on everything in this. There's going to, obviously, my business card is a label in and of itself. My product sheet has a label attached to it. So does both of my samples. So does my sample with my body. Why? Because if somebody opens this and they're like, "Oh, well, I want the wax, but I don't care about that body sample. I'm going to give that to my mom or whoever." Guys, this is great. You're going somewhere, wherever. You're going to a nursing home. Maybe that's not, well, yeah, you're going to a nursing home to visit someone. Take 5 of these and just say, "Hey, can I leave these on the count?" I do it when I go to the post office. Okay. I ask when I go in there, if I'm dropping like big stuff off, I always ask, "Hey, how many are working here today?" And I give this to them. Occasionally I put one in my mailbox. If I've like got my mailbox slam full, I try to make it easy. No, girl, we don't have a Target. I don't know who just said that on there. I have to go back here, but Lakin, no, girl. I'm out in the boondocks. I ain't got nothing but beach and water. We have a Walmart. That's it. That's it. Um so anyway, so how do you get their info? Like, you tell them to fill out a door prize slip. So yes, if you're at a vendor event, I wish I had one. I know I could probably get down there, but my butt would be all up in the air trying to get in there. But the consultant store has them. They're just like these little purple pads, and it says something like prize giveaway, and that asks for some information. But if I'm just passing this out at like a grocery store or somewhere like that, I strike up a conversation with them first. I don't just walk up and go, "Hey, can I give you a free sample? Can you give me your phone number?" That's not going to work, guys. You got to be genuine about it. You got to walk up, find some reason to talk to them. "Oh my gosh, I love your shirt. That's my favorite color." And then they start talking. "Well, I got it at Belk." We have a Belk. How about that? Um, so that's what you do. And then you say, "Well, look, you know what? Have you ever heard of Scentsy? I'm a Scentsy consultant and I would love to give you these free samples. Would you be interested in trying them out and telling me your opinion on them?" That's the key, guys. I'm not going in and just saying, "Here, you want some free samples? Can I have your phone number?" I'm saying, "Hey, I have some free samples of some of our new scents and I would love to get your feedback on them. Do you have a warmer?" If they don't, then you know what? I don't have it. I already put it in the bag. Have one of your other ones that's your body line and say, "You know what? Cold weather's right around the corner. I would love to hand you one of our body products. There's a brochure with it." Let me get one of those because those are pretty close. Okay. So here you go. You can have these. Okay. And I keep all of mine. It's already double-sided tape to it. And you can just have these in your purse and you can just say, "Oh my gosh, cracking up over the belt." It's true. um, so we ain't got nothing else. We don't even have a mall here. Good Lord. We got a Lowe's and a Home Depot. Take that. I did hear we're getting a Target, but it's where the Kmart was that closed down like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. I don't know. They're doing some kind of demolition now, so we might get a Target one day. I think they need to put a Hobby Lobby in there. Okay, back to this. So keep these in there. Colder weather, well, really any weather, it doesn't matter. Colder weather, your skin's going to get dry and cracked. Summer weather, you're going to be sunburned. Where I live, sunburn is the issue. Um, so keep these with you and just walk up to someone and compliment their shirt, compliment their hair. Oh my God, who does your hair? Here you go, Suzanne. Here you go. Who does your hair? My daughter does hair. Does she do your hair? Whatever, strike up a conversation. Okay, when you strike up a conversation, the key is to get them engaged by saying, I would really love your feedback on this. I would really love for you to tell me your true and honest opinion. Can I give you the sample, and would you give me your phone number or email and let me follow up with you in like a week and see how you liked it? And my business card, my information is right here, so if you want to call me before I call you, definitely do, but I would love to know what you think about it. Okay. So those are important. Okay. So we were talking about these. These also go, I put 6 of these in my little to-go bag. And then last, I put a scent circle in it, and you can see that she didn't even take it. She left it. And I just put a little handwritten note. Thank you so much for having a bag party. And there's a shopping link. And because she lives down the street from me, I'm going to go and take this to her anyway. But I want to show you guys the importance. Do you see that? Everything in this bag, you can see right through it. And what does that do? That means when my girl is got this hung over her shoulder and she's walking in her business place, guess what they're going to do? They're going to be like, oh, what you got? Hold on, girl. I want to see that. What's in that bag? It's pretty and sparkly. Okay. That is the importance in using a bag like that. Okay. So sorry, I need to be drinking water. Let me do that real quick because I've been talking for 37 minutes. Okay, so that's the key, guys, is interacting, constantly getting new people in. Okay, as you get new people in, the best thing you can do is spoil them. Now, some of you are new and you're saying, you know what? Right now you used one of the Scentsy clear bags that came in the kit. There you go. So here's the thing, guys. Once you start getting, and I know you guys, I'm not telling you to go out and do all the things, okay? You can't start off doing all the things. One thing you can start off doing, if I can find them, of course not, because, I don't make things easy. Yeah, I don't have them. I don't have them. Sorry. One thing you can do, I found some felt circles. I think I got the 3/4 inch circles. I wish I could find them. I have not used them yet, but I did get them off Amazon and they were pretty cheap. It was like 150 of them, maybe 200. I think it was 200, but they were cheaper than ours in the Scentsy Consultant store. Okay. I like the ones from the Scentsy Consultant store because I like that they say Scentsy. But if you're on a budget, you can go to Walmart and buy a piece of felt and you can cut it yourself and you can do a sample and you say, well, you know what? I don't have all the things to sample. That's okay. Do you have a warmer in your house? Do you have the wax bar that came in your kit? If you do, melt that baby down, stick that little felt sample in there, put some kind of label on it that you hand write. Okay. You don't have to have all the things. You started out with the ones on Amazon. Absolutely. And that's the key. You don't have to do all the things. But guys, I'm telling you, if you can get the scents under their noses, they're going to buy. Okay. They're going to. Okay. Let's talk about some other things you can do to get new people in. Okay. I know you guys have heard me say this. No, I haven't done it yet. Yes, I'm going to do it. Life has just been crazy. As soon as I get past these birthday parties next week, I'm going to be there. So my plan is to have some of these made up. I don't have them made up yet. And these are, you can get 24 wristbands. I know, girl, I just ordered some of those. I'm so excited about those. And you can get those. Oh, girl, don't even get me started. I ordered them the other, and they got gnome socks. They got gnome socks. Anyway, yes. Okay, sorry. Back to this. So I'm going to make up some more of these. Actually, I'm probably going to give my neighbor some free Scentsy to have her make them up for me because she doesn't work and she enjoys doing stuff like this. And these are the last two that I have from the old catalog season. So I don't want to pass them out. But I literally buy these little papers, little papers. They probably think I'm a drug dealer because I buy all these little baggies. But this is what I put them in. As you can see, it's the same size, and then I just fold it over and seal it. I can unseal it if I need to, which is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to change this out with one of the new ones. But I'm probably going to ask her to make 50 of them for me. And then I'm going to go into, and I'm going to do it more than once. Okay. I'm going to mess stuff up. I'm going to do it more than once, but I'm going to take my 2 bags of testers because I have one for spring, summer, one for fall, winter. I'm going to mix them babies up. I'm going to go sit in a coffee shop and I'm going to have these stashed away somewhere and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to go through the catalog and I'm going to sort my testers and I'm going to put some over here and some over here and some over here. And then as people come in and they're like, oh my gosh, what is that? I'm going to be like, oh, give me your phone number. Let me check out with you. Okay, I'm not going to say it that way, but y'all know the point. We just had that conversation. So those are ways, guys. That's the key, is to get people in. To get people interacting is the other thing. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that, and then I'm going to move on to vendor events. 24 water bottle stickers for $5 too. Super affordable. Exactly. Exactly. Okay. So your VIP groups. Let's talk about that for a minute. Okay. And I'm going to move all of this to a side. And I'm going to share my screen real quick. And I'm going to go into my VIP group. Okay. So let me make sure y'all can see it. Let me get rid of that real quick. Okay. Hopefully. Okay. There we go. Y'all can see it. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So you're in my VIP group. I'm going to just go back to the top. I'm going to refresh because I've been on here for a little while because I don't ever turn it off. That's why it always looks like I'm on. So this is a new thing that I started doing. This up here is Meet Scooter. It's Shirley and Alan's kitty cat. Guys, the reason I started doing that is, again, to bring my people in. So what I noticed is that I had people that were posting pictures of either themselves or their animals with Scentsy products. Brilliant. Okay. So now I highlight one of them. I've saved all the pictures. I made notes of what the animal's name was and who they belong to. And so for the next couple of months, I'm going to highlight, it started last month with my neighbor's kid. She really likes the fan diffuser. She just started to learn how to walk and she was all over it. So this is something easy that you can do to connect to your people. Okay. But I'm just going to scroll because a lot of you are in here. So like right here, I do a tip Tuesday. And this is just something, keep at least 6 different scents handy. Our noses are amazing and they adapt. It's no different than perfume, okay? When you put on perfume, by the end of the day, you don't smell it anymore. Everybody else around you still does, but you don't. And it's because your nose has adapted to it. Same thing in your house. Like if you're in your house a lot, you may not be changing out your wax enough because you may not realize that the scent is gone because you don't smell it. So I have a tip Tuesday, and that usually is always related to Scentsy. This is one that somebody else put on my page. I posted this today because I did these warmers for a girl in my VIP. She ordered 2 of these and asked me to put the vinyl on them, so I did. And we got some comments. I do a good morning post every morning just to say hi. And I make sure that I comment back to everyone that comments to me. I think that that's important. One of the things, guys, that I need you to realize is that, and I don't understand everything about algorithms, okay? But I do know that if you don't have people responding back and forth, then your algorithms are going to hurt, okay? And that's part of it. I think that's key, is that you want to make sure that you're touching bases with them. Scroll their pages and comment on their stuff so that you pop back up in their feeds. Okay. All right, let's keep scrolling. I went live because I think I had a box. I just said, hey, that happened fast. Look at there. This was at 2:56. It launched at 1. And I checked it. I was like, whoo, look at there. Everything's gone. So it's just like letting them know. I encourage everyone, if you're not encouraging people to put what they've ordered on your website or on your Facebook page so that other people see it. And I do it. Oh, look. And then I haven't even checked this one yet. Um, but I encourage them and then I give them a point for doing that. Every Monday, I have a motivational Monday here, just like I do on our team page. I almost put this on our team page. If the plan doesn't work, change the plan, but never the goal. Okay. I'm going to say that. I'm going to read that one more time for those in the back. If the plan doesn't work, which is exactly what we're talking about right now, starting over. If the plan doesn't work, change the plan, but never the goal. Keep your goal, guys, close to your heart. Keep it close to your heart and then really run with it. Okay. And if what you're doing isn't working, try something different. Think outside of the box. Okay. Um, I always thank people for their orders on the VIP page. This is something totally not Scentsy related, and I totally posted it on my page yesterday. But it's something that I'm like struggling with, and if I'm struggling with it, chances are they are too. So I decided to share it there. I also put it in our page. Another good morning post. I do my Rusty's raffle. Here you go. I go live at the pool because that was my responsibility. I do that at 7 p.m. every single on the 7th of every month. And I happened to be at the pool and I was like, that's it. I had talked to Morgan earlier, Morgan Sievers, and this is one of the things I was saying that I'm doing this flower thing in my group. So everybody already has it, and it was just a poll to say what day works best. Another welcoming new members. Thank you post. I'm trying to get down to some of this one here was another thank you. Here's another thing, guys. Okay. This is an order somebody ordered. These are not the 3 wax bars, but they're the same color as the wax bars that she ordered. So I just snapped a picture. Because that's all I did. I literally just snapped a picture of stuff I had here and put my own picture up. What does that do? That makes me stand out. That's not the same picture off Pinterest that everybody else is using that shows 3 wax bars. So always, if you have the ability to do this, do it. It's so simple. More good morning posts. Now, this obviously was that they were launching, but prior to that, I was putting hints out there. I was trying to find one, I swear. Normally I have them and maybe they've stopped posting now. I also talked to them about personal stuff. This was very personal to me. Build relationship, guys. That's the key. Build relationships. I show them these are pictures of me in my bathroom and what I'm cleaning. Last of the chores today. I do a squeaky clean Saturday. So these are actual pictures of me using our product. Same here. I did a video in my pajamas still doing my laundry. Okay. These are all things you can do. Spraying my bed down with Scentsy Fresh, showing them that I'm using it. Okay. I swear I was coming on here to try to show you guys some posts and apparently they have stopped. And see, there you go. I didn't even know that. Here you go. My fall display showing them those pictures. Anyway, the point is to interact. And it's even better when you have your VIPs interacting with each other. Okay, that's a huge thing. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now and go back to just me. But it's a huge thing. And here's the thing, guys. Scooter's a bad cat. That's funny. So anyway, that's the key, guys. So I'm going to talk real quick about vendor events and things that you can do to prepare for them. One, always, always, always have pen and paper. Always have some sort of samples available. I would not take too much. I always do a drawing. I always use some sort of little raffle tickets and do a drawing for anybody that comes over and gives me their information. All they got to do is fill out their information to go in, and I always have something displayed, and that's going to be the prize. They don't have to be present. I'll ship it to them at my cost because I just think that that's important. Um, and I need to remember at 50 minutes. I need to write that down real quick so that I can tell y'all where to go if you're just interested in the vendor stuff. Always have bulbs and stuff. I know everybody says that. Everybody says bulbs are what they sell because people are out of those. I've done a couple vendor events and didn't sell one bulb. So I think that's a hit or miss kind of thing. I try not to have too much, but if I have stock on hand here that I'm trying to get rid of anyway, why not? So I'll take it and do like a cash and carry. I always bring risers with me. That's key, I think, if you're going to have a very small area. And if you don't know what risers are like these things in the background, like this white one over here. Hopefully, y'all can see it. It's just usually candlesticks, but in that case, I'll do like the things of wood, like just the round, and try to get them different heights so that I can set 4 or 5 warmers up in one little space and maybe one diffuser, um, and have them at different heights. So no different than what my display is back here. So I try to do that. Here I go saying because I was not prepared for this part, and that's like a pet peeve of mine is not to do that. But I'm sitting here going, oh, what else do I do? I take plenty of flyers. I take there I go again. Plenty of flyers, plenty of samples, plenty of risers so that I can show a couple different products. I always have business cards and I keep them out front for people. I also have a display, like a little magazine holder that's just the one where you can put a piece of paper in it that basically says free samples for filling this out. And then I have a little bag or a little basket of samples there. I do bring wax bars if I'm not outside, if I'm inside, but I don't really do outside events anymore because I don't know. I don't deal well with the heat like that. So I just don't. If it's in the fall, yeah, I would do it. Scent circles, take scent circles. Okay. Because here's the thing. Somebody that walks by and spends a lot of time there, they're probably going to buy something. Most of my actual soaps sold really well last time. So if you have extra soaps on hand, bring a couple of those. Stuff for kids. Okay. I had the R2D2. Is that who it was? Yeah. I had the R2D2, and a kid came in with his mama, and that baby sold on the spot. On the spot. You take samples of every category and ask them, what are you interested in? Exactly. Stuff like that. So if you have different stuff, and that's kind of the whole purpose for doing these the way that I do them. And I'm going to tell you, time is money. I'm going to say that over and over and over. Time is money. I know that, like, and I will always sample wax out the way that I currently do. But when it came down to these laundry things, they were reasonable enough for me to make the purchase. So time is money. If you're spending a ton of time doing samples, then you need to make sure that you're reaping the benefits. Anyway, all right, guys, I think that's all I have. I hope that this has been helpful. I hope that you have found something that will grab you and say, okay, I can do this, or something that has lit a fire. Every sample, absolutely. Every sample should always have your information on it everywhere. But I hope that this has been helpful. I hope for those of you who are struggling that this gives you some insight of other ways to get new people in, because guys, that really is key. It really is key to continually add people into your group and continually grow your customer base month after month after month. That part of it never changes. Okay. That part of it, even if you have people who are 100% your customers, they're going to eventually get to a point where they have enough and they're not going to need to order for a couple of months. What are you going to do those months? You need to continually be bringing people in, continually. Another thing you can do real quick, offer to do a bulk order and see if that will bring up. I know with our shipping changes, people are probably a little off put by the difference in the shipping now. Try to do a bulk order. Just put it on your page and say, guys, every month I'm going to do a bulk order. If you're front loading, you're going to say every month I'm going to do a bulk order at the beginning of the month. and take orders throughout the month. I usually try to keep it to like a 2 week time frame, but like 2 weeks before the beginning of the month, you could say, hey guys, bulk order for any locals. You don't have to pay shipping. And a lot of times people will jump in on that. So anyway, I hope this has been helpful. If you have questions, answer them. I'm going to go back through the comments and make sure I didn't miss anything. And if I see a comment that needs addressing, I will definitely do that. So anyway, hope you guys have a great rest of the day. And I hope you found something in this pound hashtag Training Tuesday.